Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Sean and today I am doing the My Favorite Things tag. So let's get into it. The first question, who or what is your favorite musician or band? My favorite band would probably be Disciple. They just released a new song this week called The Executioner. So if you want to go search for that, go ahead. Disciple, The Executioner. It's not my favorite song by them, but it's not bad, so go give them a look. Second would probably be Within Temptation. Question 2. What are your top 3 favorite films? My favorite for a long while has been Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I thought that was the funniest movie of all time. Now I kind of have a close-up second, which would be Airplane. I absolutely love that film. It is so hilarious. One of my favorite things about Airplane is throughout the film they have establishing shots showing that it is a jet aircraft. But throughout the film, you can plainly hear that it is a propeller aircraft. And I just think that is so hilarious. That was actually not intended to be a joke. The filmmakers originally wanted to have it be a propeller aircraft because that's what it was in the film they were spoofing. But the studio said, you can't make this film with us if it's a propeller aircraft. It needs to be a jet. So they made it a jet, but they kept the sound effect of the propeller aircraft, which I think is just hilarious. So that's second. Third would probably be Once Upon a Time in the West by Sergio Leone. Everyone says The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is his masterpiece, but I really think it would be Once Upon a Time in the West. It is such a great film. Everything about it, like the cinematography, the storytelling, the way they incorporate the music, it's all just so phenomenally done. And the duel at the end is awesome. It's one of the best moments in film, I think. And what makes it so great is there's this stretch for about 8 minutes where there is no dialogue whatsoever. But it is in those 8 minutes, it's telling you all the most important information you need to know about the story. It reveals everything solely by visuals. It doesn't present anything to you through dialogue. It's just visuals. And so that's just so great filmmaking, I think. So I love that film. Third, what is your favorite scent? That is a real tricky question. I think I would say vanilla. Question 4. What's your favorite Disney film? It would have to be from the Disney Renaissance. So either like The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, or Aladdin. I think it would be between The Lion King and Aladdin though, and I'm not sure which would be my favorite. Probably, I guess, Lion King. The first 2 minutes or so of that film is just such a mic drop moment. The filmmakers must have known they had something special when they did that. Question 5. What's your favorite season? I kind of like all of them because they all have variety. If it was just the same season all year round, they would get boring. It's the changing of the seasons that makes it great. I would probably, though, say fall, and not because of all the colors on the leaves, but because there is more rain in the fall, and I just love the rain. So I would say the fall. Question 6. What's your favorite seasonal drink? I don't really have one, so I guess I would just say hot chocolate, but I don't drink it that much, but probably hot chocolate. Question 7. Do you have a favorite shirt or article of clothing? Not really. Probably any of my Kurdistan shirts would be my favorite, but no one in particular. Question 8. Who is your favorite author? I have gone through several favorite authors, so for a long time it was Clive Cussler, then it was kind of Michael Crichton, and then Rex Stout, and then Walter Moores. Now it is Tim O'Brien. Now, you may be wondering about all these books on the shelf behind me. The reason I put these up is just about 8 days ago, as I am recording this, Russell Banks, the author of The Sweet Hereafter, passed away. So that's really unfortunate. So I kind of wanted to highlight him in this video. So Russell Banks is the author of The Sweet Hereafter, which I read last year, which is one of my favorite all-time books. And again, he just passed away last week, which was a real surprise to me and a blow because I kind of wish I could have talked to this guy because I think this book was just so beautifully written and perfectly written. So I would like to recommend to everyone watching, especially, to check out The Sweet Hereafter by Russell Banks. It's one of the best books I think that's ever been written. It's just such a beautiful story. It's so perfectly written. So I kind of want to honor Russell Banks in this moment. Just passed away last week. Real sad, real unfortunate. And it's just a shame really that I don't think he's very well known because this is just such a great book. So The Sweet Hereafter. Go check it out. Question 9. Do you have a favorite spot for reading or writing? Just over at my desk at the table. Question 10. What's your favorite food or dessert? It used to be Stouffer's mac and cheese, but I went vegetarian back in June of last year. So now it would probably be Amy's burritos, made with organic beans and rice. So basically what I am doing for my diet is I do not want to have any products that require slaughter of animals. So I do have eggs and milk because you don't have to kill chickens to have eggs and you don't have to kill cows to get milk. So I do consume those products, but I don't want to consume anything that requires killing the animals because I kind of think every animal should get a chance at a full life. Oh, sorry, birds. Question 11. What's your favorite time of day? Probably late at night, so anywhere between like 9 p.m. till about 4 a.m. That is when I am able to do most of my reading and writing because the house is quiet, there are fewer distractions, it's just me and whatever task I want to accomplish. So that's kind of my optimal productivity time, about 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Question 12. What's your favorite color? Probably gray. I don't know, I just like feel lighter in gray and it just kind of makes me happy. So I like gray. Real underrated color. Question 13. Which are your top 3 favorite YouTube channels? Okay, for this one, I'm not actually going to list any other booktubers. Part of the reason is because I don't want to like make anyone feel jealous. Like, hey, why didn't you include me? So my 3 favorite non-booktube YouTube channels would probably be Tomato's Trash. He does like gaming videos. I love him. Tomato is such a crazy gamer. And what's so cool about him, he does like live stream stuff on Twitch, but for a lot of like Twitch gamers and stuff, you'll have to like go through highlights to see any kind of worthwhile video. But for Tomato, like every moment of like 5-hour streams is entertaining. It's just constant entertainment throughout. So I love Tomato. Second would be DJ Michi Mich. He does like voiceovers for basketball videos especially, and I just love his videos. The voices he does, the sound effects he incorporates, I just love his videos, so I would highly recommend that. Every time one of his videos is posted, I always watch it and laugh, so I just love him. Third would be Night's Watch or Shadiversity. They kind of review fantasy stuff, especially from like a writing perspective. Also like pop culture stuff. So they go through like Star Wars and the Rings of Power, the Marvel movies and all that. And they talk about it, especially from like a fundamental like writing perspective, the storytelling, and they also delve into like the political messaging behind a lot of these shows, like Disney shows and stuff, and they tear it apart, and I like that. So it's very political, but I enjoy it a lot, and I agree with a lot of what they say, so I really like both of those channels. It's done by the same people, so Shadiversity and Night's Watch. Question 14. What's your favorite musical or play? Favorite musical may be The Greatest Showman. Favorite play slash musical would probably be The Phantom of the Opera, especially the 2004 film with Gerard Butler. I love that film. Last, question 15. What's your favorite place you've visited? My top two places would be Las Vegas and Washington, D.C. Las Vegas is such a cool city to go down to and spend like 3 or 4 nights there. I don't really gamble much. I don't have much money to gamble. I don't drink or anything either. So all I really do in Vegas is just walk around and people watch. And it's fine. I just love it. And you do a lot of walking in Vegas too. But also just to check out some of the shows, like the Cirque shows, see some concerts, and just walk around. There's so much to see in Vegas. So I like that. I also really like Washington, D.C. I've been there twice. I really wish like I could live in Washington, D.C. and just write every day at all these different spots like the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, the Jefferson Memorial, the Smithsonian, Union Station, the White House. Just go around to each place each day and just write. I think that would be so like inspirational, so motivational to get words flowing, just being in those places and just riding the metro around. I just really like DC. It's such a cool city to walk around in. So if I could live like within walking distance of one of the metro stops, I think that would just be perfect. I would love that. If anyone wants to check out The Sweet Hereafter by Russell Banks, I did a review of it, spoiler free, so if you want to check that out, the link is right over there. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and go check out Russell Banks. Such a brilliant writer, really underrated, so definitely go give his books a chance. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!